So this is my energy update. A little bit overdue, but first of all, just want to say how happy I am to be back in Cape Town, feet back on African soil. What a wild 3 weeks of traveling. Again, so much been happening. So much has been happening. So so I'm just going to dive into it, into the energies and the frequencies of this now time. So we have been really blasted with some solar flares. You should find the last 2 days have been a little bit up and down. Yesterday was a very tired day, felt very drained yesterday and had to abandon mission and come away from my laptop and not create. However, the day before that, I was just flying with those creation codes and it was absolutely awesome, amazing, out there. So there was the big expansion. And remember, I've always spoken about this. After that, there's always going to be a contraction. So that was like, it was poetry, expansion, contraction. And yesterday had to abandon mission, fell into bed exhausted, spent the whole night just like wired, like I've done a gram of speed and I was just vibrating, hot and cold sweats, upgrades underway, all happening. That's completely what's going on right now, which is why the promotion of sleep is so, subscribed right now. If you have an opportunity to have a quick powwow, 20 minutes in the day, lie down, whatever, do it, because that is going to give your team, the universe, whatever, source, spirit, they're going to give them the chance to basically get in there and clear what they have to clear and upgrade what they have to upgrade. So your sleep patterns are going to be a bit all over the place and you're going to feel a bit kind of drained as these light codes come in, right? But all is well, all is well. We are in a timeline now, which is so exciting. We are now at a point where we're like, yes, it's happening. I know it's happening. And let me tell you, I'm the first one to say, are we still doing this? Am I still doing a dark night of the soul? Am I dying again? Really? You know what I mean? But this time I'm like, no, we've definitely shifted to another timeline. Not to say that you're never ever going to get a dark night of the soul again, because, absolutely, of course you're going to, but we're going to move through it a lot quicker. And you're going to get more and more like a majestic Merlin magician when it comes in. You're just going to be able to kind of like, matrix it. Do you know what I mean? So like that's what's basically going on. So now moving on, the energy of this timeline, okay, is all about kind of like feeling like an itch you can't scratch. You kind of like sat there and you're like, I want to do something. I want to learn something. You may be questioning if you're a conscious creator and you've got work already out there, bodies of work out there, questioning like, well, what is my message? What exactly am I teaching? And you're questioning your mission and purpose. You're questioning everything. And that's a good thing because that tells you that you're shifting and you're going up to the next level. Even if you do not have a body of work out there, you may sense and feel like, ooh, I want to do something. I need to study something. I need to get off my ass and go and do something. Now, I have a card that I'm going to talk about that little bit in a little while. So it's a good thing. So if you're feeling antsy, when I came back from England, I was like, I had that antsy feeling and I was like, I need to go and study something. I really want to get a deep root system in something. I need to learn something else. My wheels were spinning. But the good thing is that was also telling me that my gifts and abilities were coming online, meaning there's more and more of me being revealed, meaning I have more divine genius to work with, and more skill sets to work with that are becoming available to me. And that is flipping awesome. And just on that, in England, I received attunement for the dragon energy, and that's come in like a freight train. So I'm going to be doing a lot of dragon work in the future. I'm sharing with you, whole nother video. But my point is the Egyptian dragons, who are all covered in light language, came in for me. And they're like, right, we're going to take you to the next level with your Egypt work. And I was like, wow, I didn't expect that. So that's the kind of thing that you'll be expecting to happen, okay? Old teachers falling away, new ones coming in. However, this is a message for those who are kind of a little bit addicted to studying. I was one of those. Love a good book, as you can see, which is perfectly fine when you're really clear on who you are and you've got a strong sense of like, what's going on here. Learn, study, research, read. I love it. That's all I do all day. However, I spent many years doing that, coming from a point of lack of self-worth and lack. And I wasn't able to get out the floodgates because I was constantly following a teacher and kind of just trying to share their body of work and work with the stuff that they were teaching me, bypassing what I've got going on here. We are all conscious creators. My work really connects with those conscious creators that are, that's all of us. We have a specific frequency. We have a specific, unique soul design. Every single one of you has unique gifts and abilities. And my job this is how I got clear on what I'm here to do. I'm like a spiritual midwife. I work with Hathor and I work with Isis and many others, and I will hold space for you to bring that body of work out. I'm not here to teach you a trade. I am here to help you birth. So when the pain comes in, I hold your hand, we grind down, even if you're a guy, this will happen to you, and we push it out. And we look at that and we go, what does that look like in the world? So that's where you're at right now. You're ready to pop if you haven't birthed already. Or you may have birthed and you've got another 2 kids on the way. Who knows? You know what I mean? But that's where we're at right now. And this is a beautiful time because we really have done the work. We really, really have. And this is what's going on for us right now. So there'll be brand new things coming into your space. Now, even though we're in a time of pause, okay, not pause like it was before going, oh my God, waiting and waiting and waiting. This is different, okay? This is basically, okay, the shift has happened. We know this deep to our core. I know this. New energy is coming in. I now know this. So I'm very peaceful in basically for the first time ever. Patience isn't even a thing. I'm just like, okay, it's done. So now there's a little bit of a stillness right now. And it's almost like waiting for your train at the platform. You found the station. You're there before time. It's fine. Your suitcases are packed. You've got a cup of coffee in hand. You're not rushed. You just sat there chilling on the platform, waiting for the train to come and pick you up and take you to New Earth. Do you know what I mean? That's what's happening. So everything is well. So you're just waiting for your train, for your next destination. And that will always be infinite, right? Because there is no real arriving at a destination. So that's where we're at. So you're going to also find that there is like a stillness. So don't try and, or rather not don't, refrain from pulling stuff into that space before it's time. Just know everything is well and your bodies are going through massive upgrades. Everything's happening. We're now there, you know? So, just looking at my list. So I want to talk about failed missions. Okay. So one of the biggest things that I've actually just cleared only in the past week, 10 days was, and this is part of my body of work, because as I said, I help the conscious creators bring their idea. What is the idea that you came to this lifetime for? Like, you know, we have lots of ideas, but there is one idea that you came through. That's your signature. What did you promise to do? You know, that is what's being revealed to you right now in its fullness. And I have just recently cleared and I'm going to share with the group, quite transparent. It's important that you know this, because when you watch videos for people like me, you're like, oh, wow, they're on top of their game. Like, we're all trying to figure it out. There is no such thing as being on top of your game, because we're all figuring it out. When you're in the dark shadows, you're doing the work. That is the work, right? Now, for me, creating these big Egypt tours and kind of like bodies of work, videos, whatever, every time I expanded to create, I had an influx of energy, which was impending doom. And I just wanted to die, literally wanted to die, which is why I was repeating my dark nights of the soul. It just kept coming up and coming up. And it got more intense because the more I expanded and the more I had to share, and now I'm on the second tour, the more intense it got. But I didn't give up. I didn't stop. I'm like, I am going there no matter what. But I was carrying this huge tractor tire behind me. Only in the past 10 days, this matrix has been cleared off my blueprint, okay? And basically, it was what I was carrying was unfulfilled missions or failed missions. So think about it. That impending doom was coming in because all my past lives, I killed myself every single time. I was like, well, I'm out again, which is why I get really frustrated when I don't make my gym regime every day. I get really frustrated when I don't finish things. Do you know what I mean? So it can be like micro or macro, but that I've put into the grid, that healing, is also very, very relevant for you as well, especially those that are conscious creators already out there in the field. And I'm also appealing to you guys that are potential conscious creators. It's all of us. Unfulfilled missions, failed missions. Of course, that's why you're sat in the back of the cave shitting yourself to get out there. You know what I mean? So this energy we're dragging along, I cleared from my own blueprint, and I put that into the grid. But I'm going to talk about that a lot, because that is something that needs to be acknowledged and blessed and sent on its way. And that will explain why you feel so heavy when trying to just be out there and be you. There's a lot of other things at play there, but like that could be like one of the biggies there. And especially for those that are, you know, that like I say, are already out there creating bodies of work and websites and teaching and all that kind of thing. Show me a teacher that hasn't felt or doesn't feel this feeling of woe. You know what I mean? Of kind of like, you know, intensity like that. So that's something. Unfulfilled missions. The bottom line is, I had a conversation with one of my really good sister friends yesterday, and you know, she came to me. I'd cleared it through a starseed matrix collapsion. It's not even a word, but I make my own words up. So there. So that's how I did it. She was talking about exactly the same thing, as she'd been working with plant medicine and Boga and all that, still arriving at the same place. So the bottom line is, whatever mode of transport you choose, it's going to get cleared anyway, especially in this nugget, because where we go, we can't take it with us. So this is a very critical timeline where we are right now. Going to November 11/11, okay, that is also going to propel us into the next level, because that's major transformation codes, major. All of these 10/10s, 11/11, 12/12s, it's all much of a muchness, but we're intensifying, man. So if it's stingy sore for you right now and you haven't quite got to that balloon pop moment, it's coming. Trust, it's coming, because mine only came like a week, 10 days ago, okay? So now I just want to share with you with the card that I picked. Not that it means anything to you, but it's actually from great book, and great book. It's the Kabbalah. It's the Kabbalah cards, and this one is called the Sleeper. And the card that I picked for this video, it's all about, you know, right, for those of you that are trying to choose the old way, it's time to get you back up off the wall, because it's purgatory, trying to now work against the flow of energy. So if you feel that you haven't fully awoken yet, acknowledge that, bless it, be okay with that. Stop trying to resist waking up. Do you know what I mean? And even to myself as well, even though I'm pretty woke, you know what I mean? It's like, there's always more. So I've been resisting like a mofo, because that's what I'm really good at. And I like it. Not really at all. But you know, it's like, we all do it. We all do it. But now for those folk who are sat in the background, watching this video and going, well, shit, I would love to do something like that. Or yeah, one day I might write a book. No, now. And this is where I kick into action. And I'm really ramping it up now with my offering, my body of work, because what I offer you with the Egypt work, you know, the tour, the videos, the one-on-ones, all of this that I do, like I say, I work very powerfully with Hathor and the mothers that help us birth, right? Birthing can be quite strenuous and painful, right? But if you have support, then not so much. So like, it's about tapping into those codes. What does your blueprint look like? What is the signature frequency? What gifts and abilities have you got going on? How are you going to share that in the world? How do you want to do that? You know, and it's all about stepping out now, because it doesn't matter where you land it. When you're in creation codes and you're just creating, your system is happy. It doesn't matter whether you're creating a video post or whether you're just creating a painting. Get into the creation codes, those energies, and then the system just flows. When you don't, you get sick, you get tired. It's resistance. You know what I mean? So this is what my work's all about. I want you to keep your eyes open, your radar open. Next month, probably around about the 11/11, I'm going to be doing a free event, free Zoom event all about this, bringing in the activations of the Egypt codes, Egypt energies, the dragons, whatever it is, to bring about your awakening and your your arrival into this new earth, you know? So watch out for that. So we got one-on-ones for the Heka Codes. Now my one-on-ones are 3 sessions, which I'll be releasing next month. 3 sessions, okay? And I will explain more about that. But the Heka Codes is about magic and medicine. And it's basically sharing that to be able to help you in the creative process. Working with the frequencies to work in the physical realm, okay? Then you have obviously the Egypt tour, which is next year. I got it all. You needn't worry. And then the other thing is the free event, if you just want to dip your toe in and see what it's all about. I will keep you posted on all of those things, which will be kicking off next month. But now there's no reason for you to be sat there in the back of the cave. There's no reason, because I'm like, hey, we're here. Come join the party. Anyway, I'm going to sign off. Love and light. Thank you for watching. And I will be seeing you soon, one way or another. Peace.